So in the last video we have discussed about the present and past tenses. So today we will discuss about future tense. First of all, we will discuss about simple future. In the active voice, the structure is subject plus shall or will plus verb 1 plus object. And an example is I will pluck the flowers. Here I is the subject, shall or will is the modal verb, pluck is verb 1 and flowers is the object. So in the passive voice, the structure is subject plus shall or will plus be plus verb 3 plus by agent. So here the subject is the object in the active voice and the object is the subject in the active voice. The example is the flowers will be plucked by me. So here we can see that there are some modal verbs used. For example, shall, will, shall or will. There are some other modal verbs, for example, will, would, can, could, may, might. When used in the passive voice, they do not change their forms. For example, I will play the piano. The piano will be played by me. It would not be would be. It will be, right? So here I have taken some examples of other modals. Could is an example of modal. In the active voice, it is he could teach English. In the passive voice, it becomes English could be taught by him. The main difference here is that teach, here teach is in the verb 1 form. It becomes taught in the passive voice, which is in the verb 3 form. But the modal verb, this doesn't change. Could remains same even in the passive voice. And be is used between the helping verb and the main verb in the passive voice. May. In the active voice, it is I may help you, and in the passive voice, it becomes you may be helped by me. Here help becomes helped because it is being changed into the passive voice. So help is in the verb 1 form and helped is in the verb 3 form. May remains same. The modal verb remains same. It is a modal verb here, and modal verb doesn't change when it is in the passive form. Be is used between the modal form, modal verb and the main verb. Then might. I might help you. This is in the active voice. And in the passive voice, it becomes you might be helped by me. Might doesn't change, being the modal verb here, it doesn't change when it is converted into the passive form. Help is in the verb 1 form. It becomes helped in the passive voice, and be is used between the modal verb and the main verb. So here is the structure that you need to remember. In the active voice, the structure is subject plus modal verb plus verb 1 plus object. Verb 1 means the first form of the verb. In the passive voice, the structure is subject plus modal verb plus be plus verb 3 plus by agent. So here the changes are verb 1 becomes verb 3 and the be is added. But the modal verb remains same when it is converted into the passive voice. In the active voice, the subject, and in the passive voice, it becomes the by agent. Object in the active voice becomes subject in the passive voice. As we have already discussed these examples, so we have to remember this structure. As present perfect progressive and past perfect progressive, future progressive cannot be passivized. Now we come to future perfect. In the active voice, the structure is subject plus shall have or will have plus verb 3 plus object. Example, I will have painted the picture. Here I is the subject, will have is the verb, is the modal verb. Painted is the verb 3 form and the picture is the object. In the passive voice, the structure is subject plus shall have been is added here. Will have been plus verb 3 plus by agent. The example is the picture will have been, here see, been is added here in the passive voice, painted by me. The picture, here the picture was the object in the active voice, in the passive voice it becomes the subject. Will have been painted, painted, the verb 3 form. By me, by agent. We have to remember the structure. Now future perfect progressive form also cannot be passivized. So in the first and second parts of the video, we have discussed about the positive forms of the verb and how to convert it from active voice into passive voice. In the next parts, we will discuss about the negative and other aspects of the verb. Thank you.